Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Ajnanatimirandasya Jnananjana Shalakaya Chakshurunvritam Yena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha. Nama Om Vishnupadaya Krishna Preshtaya Bhutale Srimade Bhakti Vedanta Swami Niti Namini Namaste Saraswati Deve Gauravani Pracharine Nirvishesha Shunyavadi Paschatya Deshatarine Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhara Srivasadi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Rama Hare Hare Mukam Karodi Vachalam Pangam Nange Degring Nitkrapatamaham Mande Shri Guru Dinataranam Paramananda Madhavam Shri Chaitanya Mission. Hare Krishna, dear devotees, would like to welcome all of you for our study of Sri Bhagavad Gita. So we are studying the second chapter of Sri Bhagavad Gita. So we did till verse number 37, if I remember, and we have to do from 38 onwards in this chapter. So this section 38 onwards, 38 to 53, 38 verse number 38 to 53, Krishna will be speaking about Nishkama Karma Yoga, or in other words Buddhi Yoga also mentioned. What is Nishkama Karma Yoga? Nishkama Karma Yoga means detached work, working without with detachment. Means we are performing some activities, but detachment, with detachment, means without expecting any results from that. Also, without any reactions to that. Means when we do any activity, there is going to be reactions, correct? But if you do Nishkama, if we follow Nishkama Karma Yoga, there will not be any reactions. So we will see. Krishna is going to speak about it. Okay. So yoga, whenever we hear the term yoga, means there is a connection to the Supreme. When we say Karma Yoga or Nishkama Karma Yoga, then it means that yoga means connecting to the Supreme. That's the meaning, actual meaning of yoga. If we are saying only karma, karma means only activity, work. So, but when we say Karma Yoga or Nishkama Karma Yoga, then there is a connection with Krishna, right? That's the difference. Just karma is only activity. Karma Yoga means we are performing an activity but dedicating to Krishna. That's how we should understand. So Krishna is going to speak about that. Nishkama Karma Yoga. Nishkama Karma Yoga is, in other words, is called as Karma Yoga, in short. Both are same. Because there is a term yoga is there. Means there is a connection with Krishna. Okay? Right. Now, I hope all of you remember, in the first chapter, we have studied from verse number 36 to 38, 36, 37, 38, 3 verses. Krishna was speaking, Arjuna was speaking about different reasons for not fighting, wherein he mentioned specifically in this 36 to 38 about fear of sinful reactions. If I perform, if I participate in the war, if I kill the people, then I will get sinful reactions will come to me, right? He was telling that. To answer that, and we have seen that Krishna already said in 2.33, just few verses before. In the last class we discussed. In the verse number 33, Krishna has said, if you do not fight because you are a Kshatriya, it's your duty to fight for a religious cause, for a higher purpose. If you do not fight, then it will incur sin. So Krishna already clarified him that if you are fighting in the battle, if you are killing somebody, that's not a problem. You will not get any sin. But if you are not performing your duty, then it is going to be a sin, because you are a Kshatriya. You have to do your duty, right? He clarified that in 2.33 already. So I hope you are getting the connection. And in this section, in verse, and now here he is going to speak about, in this section what we are going to study today, he will be explaining about how one can avoid all reactions by performing one's duty with a detachment from the results. Means performing our duty with detachment from the results, means without expecting the results. At the same time, dedicating to Krishna. Means activity is dedicated to Krishna and not expecting the results. This is how we can avoid all reactions. This is Krishna is going to, I am just saying the gist of this section we are going to discuss from 38 to 53. Okay, this is what Krishna is going to explain in these slokas. So we have seen also this chapter, particularly second chapter, started by Krishna starts speaking, right? In the first chapter only Arjuna is speaking. The second chapter Krishna starts speaking. So Krishna has explained already the jnana or knowledge about the soul, right? From verse number 11 to 30 is completely the science of soul, correct? So that we have already seen. So jnana, or we call it as Sankhya Yoga sometimes, or we can also say that science of the soul, knowledge of the soul, like that particular section, he explained to him already. Now from 31 onwards, the last class we discussed, Sakama Karma. I hope all of you remember. Sakama Karma means acting, we are performing activity with some expectation of the result, with some intention, with some fruitive, with some, with an expectation of a fruitive result. That is karma. Or basically this is any activity we do. So any activity we do, we are expecting some result, correct? So that's Sakama Karma. So Krishna explained 31 to 37 already. Now here, from 38 onwards, Krishna is telling Arjuna, going to tell Arjuna that you have to do your duty with knowledge, because knowledge already given by Krishna in from 11 to 30, correct? So plus I am going to tell you something else now. You have to work with knowledge and detachment. Detachment means detachment from the result. Not expecting the result from your actions or activities. As an offering to the Lord. So two things. So detachment means without expecting the result and also offering the activity to the Lord. And this process is called Nishkama Karma Yoga, or in short Karma Yoga. Simple. I hope it is clear. Is it okay as of now? Yeah. Fine. So let's go ahead. I'm going to share the screen as usual. It's a little smaller maybe. I will. Where it is? Yep. Let's read. Let's recite. So, text number 38, okay? Sugha dukke same kritva. Someone please.
Hare Krishna. Sukha dukhe samikritva.
Labha labho jajajayo.
Labha labho jaya jayo.
Tato yuddhaya yujyasva.
Tatho yuddhaya yujyasva.
Naivam papam avapsyasi.
Naivam papam avapsyasi. Do thou fight for the sake of fighting without considering happiness or distress, loss or gain, victory or defeat. And by so doing, you shall never incur sin. Hare Krishna.
Thank you. So here Krishna is saying, that do your duty, sugha dukke same kritva. I'm just trying to zoom in so that you can see. Okay. So Krishna is saying that sugha dukke same kritva. What is sukha? Sukha means happiness. Dukkha means what? Distress. Correct? Same means sama or equal. So what Krishna is saying that Sukha dukkhe same kritva means being equal in happiness and distress. Okay? Labha labho, jaya jayo means being, so first sentence is being equal in happiness or distress, or gain or loss. Labha labho means labha alabho means gain or loss, or jaya ajayo means victory or defeat. So Krishna is simply, he is saying that being equal in happiness or distress, or gain or loss, or victory or defeat. So these are two opposites, right? Happiness is distress is opposites. Gain and loss is opposite. Victory and defeat is opposites. So all these opposites are called as dualities. The term for these opposites are called as duality. Duality means it could be two extremes, either happiness or distress, gain or loss, cold or heat, victory or defeat. This is duality. Okay? So Krishna is telling here that Arjuna, be equal. So means equanimity. He is speaking about equanimity in duality. So all these dualities you should face in an equal way. So be equal in happiness or distress, gain or loss, victory or defeat. Tato yuddhaya yujjasva, and fight for the sake of fighting. Means fight as a matter of duty. Because you are a Kshatriya, as a duty you have to fight. Naivam pabam avapsyasi. If you do so, you shall never incur sin. That's what Krishna is saying here. So basically, Krishna is saying, fight as a matter of duty and be equal in the dualities. In one sentence, we can, that's the theme of this verse. Okay, fight as a duty and be equal, or equanimity in duality. That's Krishna. That is what Krishna is telling here. Prabhupada mentioned a few points in the purport. Yeah, same thing I already mentioned. Lord Krishna now directly says that Arjuna, you should fight for the sake of fighting, means as a matter of duty. Matter of duty, and also because he desires, Krishna also desiring. Supreme Lord is desiring this battle. The reason is that he has to establish dharma, and this is required, this kind of violence is required to re-establish the dharma. So fighting is required. I mean, specifically this particular dharma yuddha is required. So he is telling Arjuna, you do as a matter of duty, and also Prabhupada mentions because Krishna also desires this. Then he says, he who acts for his own sense gratification, either in goodness or passion, is subject to reaction, good or bad. So what is goodness and passion? Goodness is the mode of good. Mode of goodness means sattu guna. Passion is rajo guna. Ignorance is tamo guna. So there are three gunas. There are three modes of material nature. So in this material nature, in this material world, there are three gunas prevailing basically. One is sattu guna, second is rajo guna, third is tamo guna. Everything is happening according to these three modes. Whatever we see, even our activities also, whatever activities we are doing, except the devotional service or whatever we are doing, just let us keep that now for some time. Other any activities we do, it is either in these three modes, either in one of these mode or a combination of these modes. For example, we are going for our job, we are going to the office, children are going to the school. All these are activities in Rajogun basically, because with some passion. There is a passionate nature, correct? And mode of passion, because we are desiring, we are going to the office, we are working because we are expecting some salary at the end of the month, something like that. So it is basically in the mode of passion. Now, that's one example for mode of passion, or in the Rajogun. Or any kind of sense gratification, like anything which result in sense gratification basically is in the mode of Rajogun or in the mode of passion. Relationships also between husband, wife, children and parents, all these are basically in the mode of passion, because there is an expectation also. Child is expecting some love from the parent is expecting some reciprocation from the child. Similarly, husband and wife. So basically there is an expectation, and there is some sense gratification also. Correct? There is sense gratification. So that is why it comes in the mode of passion. Now, let's talk about mode of goodness or Sattva-guna. What are the activities we do in Sattva-guna? For example, if you are getting up early in the morning, that is an activity in Sattva-guna, because the morning time is having Sattva-guna. The morning time until 7 o'clock, or we say, that is in the mode of goodness. The time itself, the day itself. If you see the day, the whole 24 hours, the first morning hours from the Brahma Muhurta, means 1.5 2 hours before the sunrise till 7 o'clock in the morning is considered to be the time in the mode of goodness, a day in the mode of goodness. From 7 or 8 o'clock, the Rajoguna starts. That is the time when we go to office, when the children go to school, and everything happens. The entire world is running. All the metros are full, buses are full, trains are full, roads are filled with cars. Basically, Rajagun. Understand? I hope you are understanding. And that comes up to Rajoguna. You will be there up to, for example, the evening time, before or till the sunset, we say. That till that it is Rajogun basically. And after sunset, then Tamoguna starts. I hope all of you know, our grandparents all used to say, we should not sleep during Sandhya time. We should not sleep after 6:30 or that time, when there is a Sandhya. Sandhya means there is a change from the morning to the night, right? That's called as Sandhya. So that's not the right time to sleep. Why? Because Tamoguna is starting actually. So evening time is considered to be Tamoguna, because this is the time when people are watching a lot of TV, going to movies, going to pubs, restaurants, or whatever, all this nonsense what people do mostly in the night. So night time is considered to be Tamogun basically. So that's about the time, a day. Similarly, activities in Tamoguna, in Sattva-guna, I was telling about getting up early in the morning. Yes. Then cleaning our body, taking care of our body properly, in the sense taking bath, brushing the teeth, and whatever, we keep our body clean, and we keep our house clean. Everything is in the mode of goodness, we can say, or in the mode of Sattva-guna. Another Sattva-guna example we can give in terms of activity is doing some charity. We are not talking about giving donation to the temple or something. We are saying giving charity to, or giving some money to somebody. Oh, some poor people and beggars are there. Let me give some charity. Or let me give some donation to one orphanage. Let me give some donation to for any construction of any hospital as a social service. This all comes in Sattva-guna. Okay. But even that also Krishna explains. Again, this will be studied in detail in Bhagavad Gita last chapters. There also Krishna says, even if you are giving a charity, charity also can be given in 3 ways. Charity can be given in Sattva-guna, Rajaguna, Tamoguna. Krishna says that in Bhagavad Gita later. Because if you are giving a charity, the activity is basically a Sattva-guna activity. But problem is that if you are expecting something, if you are giving something to charity to somebody, but if you are expecting some result, for example, name, fame, whatever, then that is in the mode of passion. So charity in mode of passion, Krishna says. Charity in mode of goodness, he says that if you are giving, not expecting any result, that is, and at the proper time, to the proper people, if you are giving, that's a charity in the mode of goodness. Charity in the mode of darkness or ignorance is that we are giving some money to to a person who is not eligible for that, or if somebody is going to misuse that money in some for some bad activities, then that is a charity in the mode of ignorance. Krishna explains. So, but charity as it is, we say it's a good activity. So, okay, so we will study that in detail later, but I am just giving some glimpse of it. So that's about Sattva-guna and also Rajoguna. And Tamoguna, Tamoguna, the time I already mentioned, some of the activity we do in Tamoguna, sleeping is one of the activity in Tamoguna basically. It is as per Shastras, sleeping. And all the other not unnecessary things we do is in Tamogun. Intoxication people are doing, or meat eating and all this, everything in Tamogun basically. So these are the three activities. So any activities we do, it comes under this umbrella of three modes. Now let's talk about what is the activity now we are doing. Or we are chanting Krishna's names, we are attending satsang, we are attending classes, we are studying Bhagavad Gita. All these are spiritual activities. So this doesn't come in the mode of any of these three modes. It comes in the fourth mode, which is Shuddha Sattva Guna. Means it is pure goodness, actually. So so that's about the gunas. Okay. So now Prabhupada mentions here, one who acts for one's own sense gratification. One's own sense gratification means what? For our own, any sense pleasure, any sense gratification, either in goodness or passion, is subject to reaction, good or bad. See, even in the mode of goodness, even the mode of goodness will give some reactions. In fact, we don't want any reactions, because to get out of this material world, we should be reaction free. Our account should be zero. Our reaction account should be zero. So then only we can escape. So how it is possible is what Krishna is going to say now in these verses basically. Even if you do a charity, for example, with a good purpose, in the mode of goodness, okay, not expecting anything, there is going to be a reaction for that. What is that reaction? It's not a punishment reaction we will be getting. Instead, we will be getting some opportunity to go to the heavenly planets. I'm just giving an example. Heavenly planets is there. What is there? We have some more enjoyment there, basically. So it's a reaction to what we did. We are getting a chance to go to heavenly planets. Is it good or bad? It's not good for a devotee. Because if you go there, you will be enjoying more our senses. So the sense enjoyment will be more in the heavenly planets. And there is high chance for forgetting the Lord. Here also, if we are getting so much happiness, for example, if you just think about it, we are crore-patis. We will not be really hankering for, our bread and butter. Or we will not be concerned much about, if I lost the job, nothing, no problem. Like some people, colleagues we see here, bindas, no problem. Anything happens for them, no problem. They are doing something for time pass because they have a lot of money. So if we have lot of money and lot of privileges, lot of things, there is a chance for, because we are always doing some sense gratification. So there is a chance. There is a high probability to forget Krishna. But when we have some problems, we are reminded about, something is wrong, so I have to do, right? So in the heavenly planets, I have already mentioned before also that it's like going with a credit card and enjoying, and once we finish it, we have to come back again to this Bhumandala, Bhumi or earthly planets. But there also, the point is that going to heavenly planets could be a reaction from an activity we have done in the mode of goodness. Getting? So that is what? Even activities in the mode of goodness will give a reaction. But we don't want that reaction. Any reaction. That's good or bad or whatever. Bad reaction definitely we don't want. If you have to go to hellish planets and suffer, who wants? We don't want. Even to go to heavenly planets also we don't want. We want to go to the spiritual world. For that, our reaction account should be 0. So for that, what to do? That is what Krishna is saying in all this, from 38 onwards 53. So here also one in the first sloka itself he says, you do as a matter of duty. So if you do as a matter of duty, and and that is what Krishna desires. Prabhupada mentions here also. Because what he is desiring is what Krishna is telling here, basically. And if you're doing that, then there is no reaction for it. Right? That's what Krishna is saying. Okay, let's go to the next verse. Esha te bihita sankhye. Please recite.
Please. Esha te bihida sankhye.
Buddhir yoge to imam shrunu.
Buddhir yoge tima shrunu.
Buddhya yukto yaya partha.
Buddhya yukto yaya partha.
Karma bandham prahasyasi.
Karma bandham prahasyasi. Thus far I have described this knowledge you through analytical study. Now listen as I explain it in the terms of working without fruitive result. O son of Pradha, when you act in such a knowledge, you can free yourself from the bondage of works. Hare Krishna.
Now Krishna is saying, I have already described this knowledge to you through analytical study. What is this analytical study? Is basically the science of soul. He has already said there. He has already told that Arjuna, you are, even if you fight, you are going to only destroy the body. The soul is not getting affected. You cannot do anything to the soul. So basically he was inspiring Arjuna to perform the duty. Correct? So through analytical study, Krishna has already explained to him. But now he is giving more explanations. That is what Krishna says. I have already explained to you. I have given this knowledge to you through some analytical study. But please now listen to me. Now he is going to speak. I will explain it in terms of working without fruitive results. Means perform your duty without expecting any results. O son of Pritha, when you act in such knowledge, you can free yourself from the bondage of work. Means if you work without fruitive results or without the expectation of any results and dedicating that activity to Krishna, what is the result? Krishna is saying here, you can be free yourself from the bondage of work. Means no, there will not be any karma bandhana, there will not be any bondage for the work, that particular work we are doing. It could be anything. Now, for example, now he is telling Arjuna to fight. If Arjuna is fighting as a matter of duty, also dedicating that activity to Krishna, to the Supreme Lord, and not expecting any result from the fighting, he will not get any reactions to it. That's what Krishna says. So how we can apply that in our life? We are not in the battlefield and fighting. But we are doing so many activities in our day-to-day life. Correct? We are going to job, we are doing so many things. So let's take the example of going to the job, going to our work. That's our duty. It's similar to what Arjuna is doing in the battlefield. He is performing his duty, we are performing our duty, occupational duty, because we have to maintain our family, we have to live here. So that's our duty, that's part of our Swadharma as a Grihastha. How we can do that? So we have to do our job, dedicate that activity to Krishna. Telling Krishna that, Krishna, I am going to the job not for my sense gratification. Yes, I may need some money for my maintenance. I want that, but I want to use it in a proper way. Also, I will be using the money, what I am saving or whatever I am getting, to live a Krishna conscious life. To live a proper Krishna conscious life, practicing bhakti, keeping you in the center, Krishna. Also, my next generation, my children, I will help them to grow in a Krishna conscious way. I will give them all opportunities to practice bhakti in their life, until as much as we are here. So we are, and that money, whatever we are getting is money basically. That's the result. When we think that it's a service to Krishna, then that becomes a nishkama karma. There is no reaction for it. So basically, Arjuna in the battlefield and we now performing job or doing work, all same. So Krishna is telling him, don't expect any result, means we should not be hankering for something. We have to do something, of course. Doesn't mean that we don't have to desire for any promotion or nothing like that, but not to hanker much, because there are some people who are very much target oriented. I want to, within 2 years, I want to be this, I want to be this. Then finally, after 10 years, I want to become CEO. For what? What is your goal of life? No, just enjoy your life, get a lot of money and sense gratification. That's my goal. What is the purpose of life? That's not the purpose of life. So we have to do our duty, dedicating to Krishna and not expecting. With detachment means not to get attached to the results. Whatever results Krishna is giving, yes, we are accepting it and we are using in the service also of Krishna himself. So that is what Krishna is teaching us through this. Okay. Further he says, and if we do like that, our work, whatever work we do, it will not cause any bondage or there is no karma bandhana. Otherwise, there is going to be a reaction, dear devotees. Just imagine we are going to work, we are getting salary. That salary, what we are receiving, has so many people's karma in it. We don't know the money is coming from where. So many people are involved, so many consciousness are involved. We don't know the source basically. We might be getting from the account of that company, but there are multiple ways that money is coming in different ways. Money is invested in different ways. We are getting from different sources basically. So there are so many reactions included in that. So it's all subtle. We don't understand all this. That is why we have not yet escaped from this world. Please remember. Because all these reactions, karma bandhana is very, very complicated thing. Very complicated science. We don't understand how we are getting these reactions. That is why still we are here. We have never escaped from this world. We are still here. Not just 1 year, 2 years. Billions and billions of lifetimes we are here. Because we are entrapped in this karma, bondage, that net. So we have to cut and go forward. So for that, Krishna is helping us. How? If we do all our activities dedicating to Krishna, He will take care. So He will remove all the reactions. So whatever reactions we will be getting through that activity, He will take care. He will remove it. Even what to speak of, we will study that in the next chapter. Even eating food has got so much reactions for it. Just forget about non-vegetarian. Non-vegetarian definitely so much negative sinful reaction will get. Even vegetarian stuffs, if you are eating. Forget about onion, garlic and mushroom and all. That we devotees don't eat. Onion, garlic, mushroom, everything considered to be Rajoguna and Tamoguna food. So we don't take generally. Not generally, we don't take. It's part of the 4 relative principles. When we say non-vegetarian, it includes onion, garlic and mushroom also. Mushroom and such things. Okay, so coming to the point, even normal food, we are whatever, bindi or whatever, sabji, potato, whatever sabjis we are using, any fruits also, even rice also, everything we are using, vegetarian foods, that also has some reactions because so many people, so many microorganisms are involved. For example, to cultivate paddy in the field, too much labor is required. Some people are working for it, right? So their part of karma will be there in the in the paddy. Also, there are so many living organisms being killed also, knowingly, unknowingly during that process. Correct? So many pesticides will be putting for proper growth. Weeds will be removed. So many living entities also dying, or we don't know. So the people who are involved in that, agriculture, people who is supplying that, trading that, then it comes to a retail, their karma. So basically, if you see, there is little karma from everywhere, and now we are eating also. We are cooking and we are eating. So in fact, so we are getting karmas also in that. What to speak of non-vegetarian? Non-vegetarian is sinful. The reason is that it is mentioned that one who gives sanction to kill the animal, one who kills the animal, one who cooks the animal, one who serves the animal food, and one who eats, and everybody is getting reaction. That is big reaction. We are not talking about that. We are talking about vegetarian food, normal food, that also has got some reactions. So how to be free from that? So it will be free. So we will be getting karma free food when we offer to Krishna. So that is the whole purpose of, there are two purposes for offering. We are offering all our food before we prepare, after we prepare, we offer it to Krishna, and we are taking as prasadam. That is prasadam. And what is happening when we offer food? This we will study in the 3rd chapter and in 9th chapter also. But as we are discussing this, it's all required to be. So once we know now, it will be easy for us to understand it further as well. Yeah. So the point is that when we offer it to Krishna, two things are happening. One is all reactions of that particular food Krishna is removing. Secondly, if we are offering that with love, okay, I have to. He's not like, we should not consider him to be like a machine which makes karma free food. Input and output karma free. Not like that. We should feel some affection to him. He is a person, right? With love we have to offer. So if you are offering with love, we are getting two benefits. One is karma free fruit for sure as a prasadam. Secondly, we are getting the seed for bhakti. So we are getting mercy from Krishna, which will help us to progress in bhakti. So that prema, what we are expecting, that we will get. So that's how we should do. We should offer food with love. So the point is that including the foodstuffs has karma. So what to speak of any activity we do? So it's really complicated. Unless and until we don't dedicate that to Krishna, then it is going to be a reaction. We will be getting reaction. So if we want to make our account karma free, which makes us eligible to go back to spiritual world, then we should dedicate all our activities to Krishna. Simple. This is Krishna's words. Let's see. Prabhupada mentioned a few points in the purport. One who is therefore situated in devotional service or transcendental loving service of the Lord, or in other words, in Krishna consciousness, attains to this stage of Buddhi Yoga by the special grace of Lord. So, Prabhupada is mentioning that basically dedicating to Krishna means that's a devotional service basically. And we are free from the reactions. Prabhupada says one should therefore understand that Buddhi Yoga means to work in Krishna consciousness. So here Buddhi Yoga or Nishkama Karma Yoga, both are considered to be basically same here in this context. Work in Krishna consciousness means nishkama karma in this context. So if we do that in full bliss and knowledge of devotional service, one who works for the satisfaction of the Lord only, however difficult such work may be, is working under the principle of Bhakti Yoga and finds himself always in transcendental bliss. So Srila Prabhupada is mentioning that one who is dedicating their activity in Krishna consciousness, or one who is performing their work in Krishna consciousness, they are doing devotional service. So that's also called as devotional service. Also, if one who is performing such activity, such devotional service, such work in Krishna consciousness, then they will be always in transcendental bliss, means they will be getting some spiritual pleasure in their activity also. So it's not only that it is becoming a karma free activity, at the same time we are getting some spiritual pleasure, so which will really help us. That spiritual pleasure is what will make us to continue such spiritual activities more and more. Correct? If we don't get any kind of pleasure, we will not be sitting here every week, day by day, every day. Oh, what is there? I am getting bored. But if we are getting some pleasure, right? That pleasure is not sense gratification. That pleasure is coming from actually from our soul. Whatever spiritual satisfaction or pleasure we are having by chanting Hare Krishna Mahamantra, or sitting in Bhagavad Gita class, or discussing about Krishna or hearing about Krishna, is actually the pleasure which is experienced by the soul. And that is what is keeping us together. Once we start experiencing that, dear devotees, then all other pleasures of this world, all other pleasures means all other so-called pleasures of this world, will become tuchha for us. When we start experiencing some spiritual bliss from inside, then all other things, all other material sense gratification will take a back seat. We will not be interested to do it. So this is what we should aim. We should come to that stage. And all our activities we perform in Krishna consciousness, and we will be in spiritual satisfaction, spiritual transcendental. Transcendental means spiritual, or beyond this. Transcendental means beyond these modes, 3 modes basically, or spiritual also, in other words. So that is the stage we are all expecting, or we have to come to that stage. Okay, so I think I will stop here. 39, 40 will do tomorrow. Okay, if you have any questions, you can share, ask. Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare. Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Srimad Bhagavad